Hi, Jonathan Chase. How many hypnotic inductions are there? How many hypnotic levels are there? Okay, there's one hypnotic induction, and that's the one that works. That's the one that takes you from a point of not being very focused at all to absolute, complete and utter subconscious domination, subconscious focus. That's the hypnotic state. The state where you are most susceptible to suggestion. The way you get there is contrived by the hypnotist. Now, we're supposed to have rapid inductions, we're supposed to have slow inductions, we're supposed to have handshake inductions, we're supposed to have fractional, progressive and passive and conversational and covert and all these other inductions. They're all complete and absolute bull that's wrapped around the process of getting somebody to focus on one thing and one thing alone. Braid originally called hypnosis monoidealism, that's single thought, which really describes what hypnosis is, which is single thought is focus, and that's a focus on the communication between the hypnotist and the hypnotee. How many ways there are to get there, how many leaves on a tree, but they're all leaves. That's the important thing. There isn't a particular induction for a particular type of person or a particular thing. It's just that some people are easier to hypnotize fast and some are easier to hypnotize slow. In my experience, everybody that's hypnotizable goes fast. I don't see any reason for going slow unless that makes the other person more comfortable, or unless you're more comfortable working that way. The question should be, should you only know one induction? Should you only have several inductions that you just use 2 or 3 of? I'll tell you now, 99.9% of the time, if I'm doing a demonstration, I will use an induction that involves certainly something physical like magnetic hands, which is one of my favourites and has been for nearly 30 years. That's, you just put a magnet between the hands and you draw the hands together. That's if I'm doing a demonstration. If I'm working one-on-one, I almost always use my version of the Isdale eye closure, where you basically stick somebody's eyes down, and that happens very, very quickly. It happens just as quickly as grabbing hold of the hand, yanking them forward and yelling sleep at them, which is the sort of induction that, number one, I don't like, and number two, I don't like. And the reason that I don't like that sort of very unnecessary act of yanking somebody and pulling them down is that it can cause physical damage in people who you don't know whether they're physically fit or not. You're just presuming in some situations that because they look fit, they are. Speaking as an ex-nurse, you've got to be careful with that. Inductions, how many are there? How many do you want? Levels of hypnosis. You are either hypnotized or you are not. There are no levels of hypnosis. What you can do is take the hypnotic thing over a certain amount of time and increase the involvement in that. You can increase the participation of it and make it more profound, but that isn't producing the level. There are no levels of hypnosis. You're either in or you're out. Now, these are opinions based on 30 years of experience, and I'm talking about field experience. I've hypnotized over 70,000 people in my time, and I know what works and what doesn't work because of that experience. I don't care what anybody else says, I don't care what the books say. This is what I have found and observed while I've been doing it. If that makes me sound opinionated, great, because somebody who's an expert in their field should have an opinion. I've recorded 20 of these little videos. If you want to see the rest of them, if this is the first one and the only one that you've seen, if you want to see the rest of them, then go along to learn-hypnosis.com. That's learn-hypnosis.com. Give me your email address and I'll give you lots more of these videos, lots more of my opinions. And if you don't agree with my opinion, then do something about it. There's usually a comments box somewhere about here. You can rate my video, you can make a comment, you can call me all the names under the sun. There's nothing that you can imagine to call me that I haven't already been called, and I don't care. It hasn't changed my opinion, and I show people what I do, and I show people that my opinion's right all the time. So fine, let's have a talk, let's have an argument. At least show me that you're alive. Hi, Jonathan Chase. How many